here in this thing. I don't know how this works. First of all, this is an awful angle. Should I make it bigger and then down more? Maybe if I... That's a little better, I think. Hello, everybody. I assure you I'm in my underwear. It's freezing right now. Everything's okay. Are there comments? Is there anyone commenting? How do I see who's commenting? Oh, I can do a green screen. Look at this. For no reason. Oh, I can make a short out of everything. Okay. Can we shut the green screen off? Thank you. I'm learning so much. Oh, there's a retouch. I had some. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. Can anyone see me? Is anyone communicating with me? Top fans. Who's the top fan? There's no fucking top fan. What is this shit? I can start a poll. I can start a Q&A. I can pin things. I can pin products. Look, it's an oh, okay, everyone's coming in. Okay. Good. Okay, so I think we're here now. I think it's begun. Ash said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. Nail said, I cannot see the other chatters. Lisa said, why am I awake? Ash said, hi. Nomek said, I see you now. SM said, weird. Look, it's an experiment. It's a good time to experiment. Why not? Oh, there they are. I couldn't see until I started chatting. Okay, look. Things are coming together. Chat filter. It's hot. I got to put all messages on. I want to see what everyone's saying. It's so low. The net is cast so narrowly. What is the difference? What messages would I be missing out on if I just had top messages on? Nomek said it's working on my phone, but not on my TV. Great. James said good morning. Nail said, you're not in your underwear. Give me my money back. Oh, contraire, Nails. Absolutely not. I call bullshit. I'm freezing. Is this better? It's a little more cleavage for you? So Sierra said, why are we vertical? I don't know. I've been running around Seattle last night, back in Seattle on Wednesday. I thought, this is a good time to experiment. Whoa, we're getting this view for free, said someone with stars. Elite said good morning. KP said good morning. Ash said, I'm traveling to Kennywood. I was in Pittsburgh for TNA this weekend, so bonus coaster rides. You need to go to Waldameer Amusement Park in Erie and ride the Ravine Flyer 2, because somebody died on the first one, so they decided to add a 2 and then forget about it. Switz woo. More cleavage, the better. I had to rejoin on the TV, but it's working now. Good. We're all back. And while we're all here, I want to tell you that you must go watch the latest Hey W with Caminito and Camelito. They're CMLL's legendary minis. And it's every bit as surreal as you would expect. Go watch, go like, go comment, go share. Are people getting notifications for Hey? Sometimes I always see in the comments, like, I didn't get a notification for this. And I don't know if it's, when you get feedback from wrestling fans, it's hard because they're stupid. So you don't know if it's them or if it's an actual problem. Ash said, I love Waldameer. I got there twice a year. Be there in August. Oh, it's so good. I really want to go back. Nomek said, if you're bored next time in Seattle, I have kittens. I really enjoyed Seattle multiple times. I had seafood on the pier. And then I went to that Starbucks. I like that Starbucks. Christine said, Coaster Club. Nail said, it's Ask RJ for those who have missed the notification. I haven't thought of a question yet. So for those of you that are the Key to the City members, you have until the end of today. That is today to record, to ask your questions in the post, in the comments of the post for Ask RJ. I will be answering them probably tomorrow or Tuesday. The star person said, we are stupid. Lola said, I watch every week, but I never comment, and now I am. Good morning, RJ. Welcome, Lola. Stand up and be counted, Lola Red Feather. Everyone make her feel at home, okay? Christine said, I'm trying to avoid asking questions about All In StarCast so I don't annoy anyone. So, this is the current situation. We are doing a show at StarCast, Renee and I, the Wrestle Ants Brunch and Variety Show. They announced the show, but did not announce the day or time yet. No rush, fellas. My understanding is that it will be Friday morning. Let's say arbitrarily from like 10 to 11:30. They will try to coordinate as best possible to not have too many signings and other things going on at the same time as us. So we'll be able to have the guests that we want to have, all that kind of nice stuff, the good and the nice. Neil said, you have to be careful on this chat. If you swipe up to read the chat, it takes you to the next live stream. Rob just joined another naked man chatting. It's all the rage. It's feeding the algorithm. Prisma said, good morning in vertical. SM said, star person. Greetings, Lola. Hey, Lola, never leave. Molly said, we're not working on my TV, but I can see you on my phone. Apparently, you can rejoin it again and it'll work or something. Lishi said, good morning, everyone. Christine with a lovely Goldenrod tribute saying, can you sing, Lola, a welcome to the chat song, please? Bless. Welcome to the chat, and I hope that you are sat. There's no hurry, where's your hat in this show? Oh, welcome to the chat, and fancy discussing that. Not a dog or a cat, but people you know. Lola, welcome to the chat. It's annoying as a gnat. You can sit down on a mat, and I'll tell you, we're all happy that you're here, either once or every year. And I hope there's enough fun here to quell ya. Welcome to the chat, Lola. Neil said, we are on the phone and the TV. Okay. Rob said, the other stream features an actual naked man, not a pretendy naked man. Well, what I'm doing is theater, okay? It's not this gratuitous, these young kids today. I started it. Back in my day, you couldn't just go naked on YouTube, okay? You had to have a small amount of decorum and be tricky about it. Now you got dicks flying everywhere. The business isn't the same. Mr. Scott said, has anyone made the connection that the latest haze with minis and the stream is in vertical? Okay, that's not the reason. Lola said, good enough. And with that, Lola will never comment again. Christine said, this exceeded all my other expectations. Nell said, the other naked guy seems to be in a warmer climate. Well, it's very cold. Can I have a little coffee here? So here's my issue. Excellent. As you know, I will often, when it's available, get my cold brew in a paper cup. I like it better. The hole is smaller, and these get wet and they're gross. I don't like them. AK Goldie said mauve beret. Great, good for you. Sometimes I will go, so I'll always have to go, can I get a venti cold brew, but can I have it in a paper cup? A paper cup with no ice, please. Thank you. Because my ordering voice is always like an octave higher. Wait, Nomik said, there's an avant-garde dance troupe in Seattle. The Pop Lockers, they are fine art because someone ends up naked every show. Well, there you go. Christine said, my daughter and I run into the brunch. Well, if my daughter and I run into the brunch late, it's not my fault. It's because we'll have been meeting Swerve and Nana. Oh, you can meet Nana on the fucking street after the show. Happy Cultiversary. Baldy, have you gotten Claudio's coffee yet? I have not. It is en route. Stand by. So back to the coffee. Most of the time, I'd say 75% of the time I order this, no problem. Venti cold brew, paper cup, no ice. Another 10%, there'll be some confusion. What? A paper? Paper cup? Are you sure? But that? And I'm like, no, it's okay. I know the risks. It's smaller than this cup, and I feel like with the no ice, it still looks has to be more. And anyway, other times, I will go and it'll be a random guy, and it's like, they'll just say, we can't do that. And I know that's fucking bullshit. Because I've been sometimes at the same store. They've done it. You did it the last week. We can't do that. Yet, every time they say that, I go, okay. I don't know. It's just not worth the argument. I'd rather be upset than have to argue with this person. I just can't interact with them at all. Nell said, have you seen Iron Brew, a Scottish soda? They're in some stores over here. We've seen people drinking it with coffee. Abs? Apparently it's amazing. No. Why would I hear? What circles am I fucking swimming in? Cam said, Claudio's coffee. Claudio's coffee is en route. Can't he just hand it to you backstage or something? Seems like the type to keep it on hand. then I have to travel with it. That's a pain in the ass. James said, speaking of Claudio, it was interesting hearing him name dropped from the Invisible Man Friday evening. But the door is a code. Nail said they're calling it cold brew. I see what you're saying. The closest thing to iron brew here is Jamaican cola. It doesn't sound like I want any of this. Christine remembers iron brew. When you lose your virginity, what? Star Person has just put questions. Dolores said, can I be a mod, please? Absolutely not. Nell said coffee circles. Christine said carbonated orange coffee sounds even worse than regular coffee. Remember that one kid in school and all the shit would be orange? He would have cheesies and orange soda and every orange freezies, everything. And he would usually have red hair and his mouth would be orange and his fucking fingers would have orange powder all over it. Prisma said, lots of randos in here today. I think that's because we're catching people because we're doing vertical. Let me try this green screen here. Let me get with the times. As you can see here, Camilo through Caminito on top of me. His land's and I'm sort of paralyzed in fear, but the veins look good here. But also, sort of in shock and shame. We can shut that off. I'll come back to this later. I bet the randos were watching their usual streams, but wiped up to read the chat and ran into this one. I'm their naked guy. Vertical streams bring in more people. The algorithm loves black spaces on the side, clearly. Nail said, are you doing anything for Pride? Going to parades? New York is the 29th this year. I mean, it's already gone so fucking fast. No. Isn't this shit gay enough? I never celebrate it. I don't feel a need to celebrate anything. To go out and have a parade in the street is a muscle I don't have. Enjoy. Go out, do whatever you want. I'm not stopping you. I'm not doing it. Go out all the way out into the street to go, woo! Not my idea of a good time. I've been to the Pride Parade in Toronto twice. Exhausting. No reason for it to be that packed and busy and I'm just shocked that this is the pinnacle of celebration because it feels very aggravating to me. Christine said, cheeky gits, peak British. Nail said, amazing. Everyone's laughing. I realized once I said it, Christine, they seem very cuddly. Nomix said, I found some little finger tongues specifically to avoid Cheeto dust fingers. Kel said, I kind of sort of have shared it everywhere, including YouTube. We'll keep doing that. We need rainbow underwear by the end of the month. Okay, fine. Spoken like a true curmudgeon. Thanks for Leo's figured out. If I screenshot this, it will look like an old man's Facebook profile. I love those undershot ones where it's like this. Kel said, hi, I love wooing in the street. Love to woo. Ric Flair at a Pride Parade. That's just most of his life. Ash has been a member for 39 months. Oh, that's a number. Huzzah. I went to Old Wrestling on the 13th, and Marianne Fontaine was almost killed. It was a murder mystery. It was so good. Miss RJ Metropolis. I can't say it enough. Go see Old Wrestling any chance you get. Old Wrestling is the reason for a lot of my stuff. It's the reason for a lot of Danhausen stuff. I mean, Dalton was there. Nug was there. Ruby Soho's been there. It's a good time. Nomix said, I used to ride my motor scooter with a group. I'd argue the best place to woo was in the street. Nail said, happy cultiversary. Amanda Prisma said, what is your idea of a good time? Just this. It's pretty much this. Leo said, Ric Flair looks like Joe Biden now. Yes. Christine said, I'll be doing a 5K the day before the Toronto Pride Parade. I'll probably melt or no pass out. Yay. Nails. Christine, why run? Genuine question. Genuine question. Hannibal said, don't know why it's like this today. I'm scared and enjoying it at the same time. Christine said, all wrestling is the best. Aztec Warrior said, RJ, how was your morning so far? I am just exhausted. I am incredibly busy where I'm not being like a good friend or relative. There's texts that I've genuinely forgotten to answer, and I'm at that level of overwhelmed, which is awful. And I never thought I'd be there. And I would always resent those people who couldn't get back to you because I would take it naturally. I would take it personally. And now I realize it's not personal at all. It's just kind of sad. Ash says literally best ever. Old wrestling for life. Nell said Dalton is back streaming Tuesdays at 1 p.m. What up? Prime time, baby. Have you got any Dalton art? He shows a great calendar gifted to him from Harley. Harley is an avid gift buyer. If you've talked to her for 5 minutes, she'll be like, "Oh, and I bought you a gift," as per our conversation. The only art, I guess, that I would have from Dalton is his bathing suit he left at David's that one time, and I wore it, and I loved it. This is it's an awful thing to say. I don't know if I want any art. I don't hang shit up from, I don't know. That's not the kind of shit I want. I'm happy he does it. I like looking at it. I don't know if I need it. Christine said, I run to see if I can still do it. It's occasionally enjoyable. Isn't it like the slowest form of torture? I used to run, not at that extent, but doing in the street. I much prefer doing sprints and things like that. Going for a jog was like hell. I would be so bored. I didn't like it. I'm also not a good runner, and I don't know what your gait is like. I don't know your posture. Maybe you run a lot more gracefully than me. My father said when I played baseball, I always looked like I was running upstairs. Christine said, oh my God, I love Harley so much. I have gifts for her. Leo said, what's your favorite soda? Also, what is Mr. Pibb? What is Tab? I've never had a Mr. Pibb. Tab I've had, isn't it sort of like they have different flavors, but it's almost like a grape or a bubble gum, those kind of weird. I like Jones. I like the old Jones soda. I really, really did. My favorite soda, and let's take club soda and seltzer water out of this conversation because we'll be here all day. My favorite soda is the Coke. It's a Diet Coke, but it's in a gold can. It has to be in a gold can. There's something about it. It's caffeine free. There's basically nothing in it. And I used to have it when I was a kid. Maybe because it's caffeine free and sugar free and all that shit, it's a little shittier, but in a way that resonated with me. Am I crazy? Lola said, you're so real for that. I don't know what she's talking about. Leo said, 3 wrestlers who held the Attitude Era, undisputed spinner designs of the WWE title are Rock, Triple H, and Al Snow. What are you talking about? Nell said, has Harley bought you a calendar, or does she clearly have favorites? I think she realizes I would have no use for it, and I would not receive it well. Leo said, bars over in the UK make a bubblegum soda, but it's terrible and isn't sweet or soft enough. It's crazy that bubblegum just tastes like bubblegum. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no, that's the flavor of gum, bubblegum. It's not mint. Obviously, the gum is spearmint or mint. It's what does this taste like? Bubblegum. It's very bizarre. Tab was originally grapefruit flavored, said Nomex. Thank you. James said, have you ever had Squirt? Mind your business. Or Ting sodas? No, I have not. Just don't combine them or you're going to make a mess of yourself. I've had plenty of energy drinks. I like a coconut water. I used to have Sobe. They were like pina colada flavored. They were non-alcoholic. But they're supposed to be these healthy drinks, and there's no way they were healthy for you. Cam said, Mr. Pibb is off-brand Dr. Pepper. See, it creates a tone of respect amongst the beverages. Star Person said, I've seen that around locally, but not in the gold can. Christine said, the way you said, I have gifts for her sounded shady, but I have gifts. Leo said, you forgot about Al Snow's WWE Championship race? What are you reading, Raw Magazine? Nomex said, Dr. Pepper has a sugar-free strawberry and cream that's not bad. I mean, aren't we just fucking around with shit at this point? Ellie Not So Smelly said, I can't remember the last time I saw a caffeine-free Diet Coke or Pepsi. You got to get out there. Miss Annie said, oh, we're over here now. Could you not find me because it was vertical? I need to know these things. Christine said, Boyland sodas are allegedly good. Kel said, I have a soda stream, and they made natural sugar caramel sodas. Nell said, that made me laugh out loud. Again, I don't know what she's fucking talking about. Christine said, they have caffeine-free Coke Zero, but it's incredibly hard to find. Brutal City said, RJ City 2028. So B, that's it. It has like a lizard on the front. It's exactly what it was. Miss Annie said, I remember Dusty Rhodes doing commercials for Mellow Yellow. And it makes you want to drink it. Camelito is watching. Is he? Nail said, do you still drink aloe vera? Am I making that up? Not only do I drink it, I put it on my face constantly. My face from the flight was like, it's really red here. And I put it on and my whole body's like, we're back. We're going to be okay. I do. I love drinking it. It's not an enjoyable taste, but I love drinking it. James said there was a bubblegum soda with Roddy Piper on it. Yes. I can't remember the name of it. Was it a Jones soda? I don't think it was. Leo said, I know some wrestlers who absolutely hate Al Snow. You really have an agenda today, Leo. Kyle said, hey, RJ, are you canceled yet after this most recent one? I don't know. It's possible that I have been canceled the whole time and I'm just sort of in a bubble. You know? That's really a possibility here. I'm like, does Jim Brewer know he's canceled? Roseanne knows, but did Jim Brewer do enough things that were wrong? Rob Schneider, he doesn't think he's canceled. Hannibal said, coconut Dr. Pepper is great. Mexican Coca-Cola is amazing as a rare treat. Not enough caffeine-free drinks available. Yes. Har Jaha said, do Hey W with Kenny Omega. You tell him. Nell said, I think Mia and others didn't get a notification for this. Well, what do you want from me? Miss Annie said, Pepsi used to offer Pepsi Kona, which was a coffee-flavored one. It was test marketed in Philly. I would get some before ECW shows. What a period of time. Nothing says late 90s like ECW and Pepsi Kona. Cam said, wasn't it called All Out of Bubblegum or something? Yes, it was. That makes sense. SM said, Mia was in the chat before the stream started. Nell said, did anyone get a notification? Well, Jesus. Leo said, have you ever had poo soda? Mia said, oh, wow. Dave Meltzer said, oh, no, that's no way. That's not the real. I don't buy it. But thank you, sir. Ben said, I just wanted to say hello and that I miss you, handsome son of my God. The wonderful Ben. All those episodes of Crossbody Pro Wrestling are on YouTube. Go follow Ben as he cooks things for people. It's wonderful. It's a nice time. Dave Meltzer's here. Nell said, Mia, what happened? Have you been waiting? Jan said, we have strawberries and cream Pepsi. We? Christine said, I just started in the first link, then saw a thumbnail for this one. Lishi said, I had to exit and go back for the stream. Dave said 0 stars. A good bit. Mia said, I was waiting for 30 minutes. Kyle said, hey, Dave, how are you? Dave said, I'm a historian. Hey, Mr. Scott said, this is not reality. We are actually in a cursed dream of Danhausen. Now that I would believe. Mia said, did you know your good friend Mario Cantone has been on The View over 150 times? Yes, I have. And congrats. And good for Joy. Leo said there's that weird soda company that makes dirt soda and corn soda and all that. You're on the dark web, my friend. Jen said it was the UK, so we used the royal we. Ben wanted to say, shucks, but he wrote, sucks. Meltzer said, immediately 0 stars from the competition. Okay, all right. You're losing me. The bit wore thin. Nail said, I don't think vertical streams alert anyone. What the fuck do you want from me? So why it's an experiment? Pogo said, I'm always late to the party. Harl said, would you wrestle in AEW if you get a chance? No. Lola said, any music recommendations? Will literally listen to anything. I'm a little fatigued with my current music right now. Well, for my channel members, I do put out a playlist a couple of times a year, a nice Spotify playlist of the things I'm listening to. I don't know. What am I going to say? Paul Simon again. I like that Harry Nilsson fella. I love a good Paul Williams. Any older white men who are either dead or going to die soon, I'm interested. PP Arnold. Fire that up, Lola. Let me know how that goes. Fuck it. Leo said, Jacob's Pavilion? Dynamite from Jacob's Pavilion would look amazing. What do you think I do? Christine has gifted 5 memberships, and I can't see to who. So, but congrats, everyone. I can't see. Oh, no, I can see. Kells, Kevin Featherstone, John Woodmas, Dara, and Mario Bell all get memberships. Good for you. Mia said, well, hello, everyone. I'm late, by the way. I love your gray shoes. Thank you. SM said, sing a commercial jingle for your coffee in the Maniscalco voice. When you're looking for something to do and you want a little brew, you don't want something that's at parity. No, that doesn't make any sense. Let me start again. When you want something to do and you would like to sip a little brew, here's the thing. Fuck. Let me start again. I'm not doing this very well. Look, I'm exhausted. Bear with me. When you want something to do and you want to sip a little brew, don't drop it on your shoe. It's a beverage unlike Yoo-hoo. High anxiety, the coffee for you. It was awful at him. I'm blaming the request. Fox said, hey, RJ. Nasty Unreplicated said, yo, RJ, great show. Enjoying the Hey W. You're awesome. Christine said, yay, Christine. Wait, why are we vertical today? Molly, I don't know. I was just experimenting. That was the worst Maniscalco I've ever done. Mia said, but while I was waiting, I was watching Law and Order SVU. Nell said, oh, SM really knows how to make Rob's week. Hannibal said, we have strawberries and cream Pepsi in the UK and raspberry Ripple. Neither are great. ADHD means caffeine has no effect on me, but raises my blood pressure, which is frustrating. SM said, my first request was canceled for some reason. Well, the second one was so good. Dave said, how does Tony feel about not getting an 8-star for his company? The bit ran so thin. Whoever gifted me said, Kells. Leo said, RJ is going to make his ring debut in Blood and Guts match this year, and it's just going to be me. Miss Andy said, the Summer in the City playlist is very good. Thank you. Nasty said, Barry Manilow. Robe said, big fan of RJ City. You can look on the comments we are saying. You can look at all the comments we were saying in the other link. What the fuck? Is there a genre for that music? No. Death of Jason White Man is RJ's sweet spot. That's the genre. Fox said, Robbie Williams is my favorite since Much Music did Snow Job. Oh, wow. And then they'll do the tree toss. Leo said, surely Theater of Clouds was your idea. Yes. I get to pick the buildings based on their names. Nasty said, I came here from the Caminito and Camelito episode. Always another cool episode. Cheers. Thank you. And go thank them. They need all the love they can get. They put in the work or something. Mr. Scott said, do you have a Paul Simon era you prefer? 70s singer-songwriter? Yes. I would say 70s singer-songwriter, and I would say the last 20 years have not been so bad. I think there's some really good stuff in there. Anytime he did lean a little too heavily into Lady Smith. Yeah, they're great. Mia said, can I see her underwear since I was late? You got see, you believe me? Ben said, I see you interviewed the gym rats in the new episode. Way to take care of home, man. I'm just trying to help out the people I came up with. You know what I'm saying? Caffeine usually does the opposite to me, so I get tired. That's not true. Christine said, have you seen the clip of Billy Joel singing Just the Way You Are to Oscar the Grouch with Marley Matlin translating? I saw it as it aired. Christine said, why are you wearing a hoodie? Of what an interrogation this is. I'm fucking freezing. Cassie said, I got an alert, not sure why no one else did. It's Mr. Scott said, will we get an AW women's panel show hosted by Tony called The Shoe? Really nice. Tree Sauce with Steve. Mia said, we were bored waiting for you, so we're talking in the other link. What the fuck? Take the hoodie off for me. A weirdness. Everyone's being weird. My browser didn't refresh. I've been sitting waiting for the stream to start until now. Well, now we know. This has been an experiment. Kyle said, still no Brody King. Hey, W. I'm working on it. I want to hear obscure hardcore music. Acknowledge you dig. Tweet him and see what he says. Whole conversation saying my favorite part of AEW. Waiting for Rob to make an inappropriate joke. Hey, at least the hoodie matches the underwear. I've been watching for like 3 years now. It's always jarring to see you with clothes on. So sorry, Lola. But thank you for commenting for the first time ever. Erin said, hello, young man. But that is the show. I do have work to attend to, so it's slightly shorter. You got over half. You're going to get 31 minutes out of this. It's not that bad. Go watch the latest AEW. CMLL's minis. Camelito. Go like, go watch, go comment, go share, go post about it everywhere you can. Go tell everyone you want them in AEW. This has changed your life. This has changed your opinion on everyday living. It's really a humanizing experience to interview two non-humans. Pogo said RJ makes coffee at the North Pole. Nail said half a show with extra clothes. He's lacking. Well, I thought you got to take it away a little to make them want it. You know, Nail said, see you all the next time. We won't be vertical. I'm not going to do this again. This is a fucking pain in the ass. It's hard. I got to be so close to the fucking thing. It's hard to read. I feel like an old person. I feel like my grandfather. And then I can't see it because it's on my, instead of being in a gray chat box, it's like on the video. It's very annoying. We tried it. We experimented. We had fun. We made a decision. Ellie Not So Smelly said, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a good week. Let's get a final look at these. You see how nice? That's nice. Go watch Hey again, please. In the meantime, Godspeed and God bless.